Hey, what's up, guys? Calling out about another video, and today I'm going to do my Naruto review, episode 55 review, English dub. So, here it goes. Episode starts out with Jiraiya looking at the fucking girls and shit like that. He's doing his fucking research. We all know about it. He's doing his research there. And Naruto was like saying, like, this up, he's like, sup, God, he's like, peeking out the girls all day why why you just can't teach me like the summoning jutsu and stuff like that. And then Dry was like, oh, go ahead and shit like that. So Naruto tried to do the summoning jutsu there. It still comes as he still summons the same thing as before there. And then Dry was like, what the fuck and shit like that. He's like, why in the fuck? He's like, what? He's like, do it. He's like, fucking do it again and shit like that. He's like, I'm fucking trying and shit like that. So when that was going on with that shit, the next scene we see Sakura actually was thinking what happened to Sasuke and stuff like that. She was like thinking what actually happened to him and stuff, and why Sasuke actually has the curse mark and stuff like that. She was like thinking about it, him, how she's technically thinking about him and shit like that. What's actually gonna fucking happen and shit. And she was actually saying some. She's actually saying some stuff and stuff like that. She's like, she's like kind of remembering. We see some flashbacks where Sasuke uh, hold her back and stuff like that, saying don't tell about the curse mark to anybody and stuff like that. That's what she was saying and shit, or he was saying and shit like that to her. And so that was going on with that all that shit right there. So the next scene we see fucking Sakura fucking walking towards the flower shop there. She's like, maybe I might get them flowers and stuff like that. So she walked into the fucking flower shop and, was actually saying, what are you doing in here and shit like that. And she was like, well, she's like, what you're trying to do, buy a flower for yourself and stuff like that. She's like, no, I'm not buying a flower to myself. And then she figured out she was gonna give a flower to fucking or Sakura was gonna give a flower to fucking Sasuke there, so it got fucking fucking jealous. She got fucking jealous over that. She's like, oh, I'm gonna get a fucking flower to him and stuff like that. That's what freaking fucking said to Sakura and stuff like that. And then she was like, she actually said, no, just give me like, she's like, give me two flowers. She's like, why? And Sakura was saying she was gonna give it to one for Sasuke and one for Lee there, or Rock Lee there, and shit like that. And then when that was going on with that shit, they went to the hospital and they said something about like we can't have any visitors and stuff like that, or we seen a flashback or Sasuke can't have any visitors and stuff like that because he's all fucked up there, and and then we seen that in the flashback there. They actually go to the hospital there, and they're saying something about they mostly gave they're trying to give the flowers to Sasuke and shit like that. The nurse was gonna let him in and shit, and it kind of looked like fucking Sasuke fucking left the fucking room there, and he fucking left the fucking room there and shit like that, and then freaking they're like they're like where the the nurse is like where the fuck is he and shit like that, why he left and shit, he's not supposed to leave and shit like that. So the nurse was fucking worrying about him and shit like that for it. She was calling out for the doctor's name, and then Sakura was thinking that thinking Sasuke got caught by fucking Orochimaru there, and we actually hear Orochimaru, or she was like thinking about Orochimaru saying he's gonna be his and shit like that. That's what Orochimaru was like saying and shit like that for it. And when that was going on with that all that shit, and then they're like, sorry we couldn't find him and stuff. Uh, so the next scene we see we see fucking Akashi fucking trying to climb up a mountain there and stuff like that. So he was using all his thing there. He's like, man, he's like, I'm out of fucking Kashi's like, fuck, I'm out of fucking shape and shit like that. So he jumped over the thing there, and then fucking Sasuke was right there and shit like that. And he's like, Sasuke was like, what's up and shit like that to fucking Akashi. And then Akashi kind of like knew he was out of the hospital and shit. So when that was going on with that shit, yeah, when that was going on with it, uh, uh, Sakura and Ino were gonna visit Lee now, and Lee was out of his room, and then he's like, and the nurse is like, oh no, not again, and not another one left, and shit like that. But technically, Rock Lee was technically fucking training and shit like that. He was trying to do like push-ups on the fucking. He was technically trying to do push-ups. He was trying to work out and shit like that with it. And then, and then Sakura was thinking what Ino said to her, saying he's not going to be a ninja and stuff like that because he's all banged up and all fucked up there. Because fucking car fucked him up. And when that was going on, when that was uh, time of this thing there when he was trying to do the like 200 push-ups and he got up to 200 or 199 push-ups and he's like just falls down on the fucking ground and then he's like and the nurse is like oh crap and shit like that trying to heal him back and shit. And when Rock Lee woke up, who the fuck left this fucking flower here? He was like, who left this flower here and shit like that. That's what he was saying. And when that was going on with that you see Sakura and Ino were like talking, saying was thing or talking to him and shit like that, and saying like they were like, "What a waste of a flower and shit." That's what they're saying. They were like, "Wait, what a waste of a what?" They were saying like, "What a waste of the flowers that they picked out for fucking." They said they're saying, "What a waste of a flower," and that's what they were saying and stuff. And when that was going on with that, we go the next scene we go back to we see everybody was training and stuff like that to get ready for the tournament there. We see Neji fall over. Shikamaru didn't have enough chakra, so freaking Choji almost freaking almost smush, almost smush Shikamaru there, and Asuma was like, "You ran out of gas and shit like that." He told him that, and when that was when that was right there, and then we go back, and then the end of the episode, we go back to Naruto. It was like the end of the day, and he's like, oh, he's like, and Jiraiya was like, I beat Naruto. Let's go back. And he's like, wait a minute. He's like, you have to teach me this jutsu. He's like, oh, I'm just so freaking tired and shit like that. That's what fucking Jiraiya was saying. He's like, well, I can make your spirits up. So freaking Naruto did his sexy jutsu just to cheer fucking Jiraiya up, and he's like, oh, and crap like that. And then freaking and then he's like liar, you did this and stuff like that. And he's like okay Naruto, show me what you got. So he did his summoning jutsu there, and he still made the Taupo, but he actually gave the Taupo some legs. He's like why have tried to do anything with you, and he's like look at this, it has legs there, and that's where the episode ends. So yep, that's pretty much it. Comment, rate, response to this bears. We like more videos. Please subscribe, hit the button, catch for more supermarket uploads. Current response to this bears. We like coming out. Alright, peace.